On the final day of 2016, we dropped the ball on the CAA men's basketball season from Matthews Arena in Boston. William and Mary in town to take on Northeastern. Hi everybody, Happy New Year with Patrick McHugh, Bill Spalding, glad to be with you. First game in 10 days for Northeastern after a holiday break, a break that Northeastern entered with all kinds of momentum. 3 consecutive wins, including one against Michigan State. Now today, the Huskies look to carry that momentum after the break into a conference opener against a very good William and Mary team.
10 days off since their last game, Bill. The question is, can Northeastern bring that momentum from the road back into the friendly confines of Matthews Arena in the CAA?
Last time out, Northeastern won on a buzzer beater from TJ Williams, but he hasn't just been clutch this year. This season, TJ Williams has done everything for the Huskies.
Leads the team in scoring, tops in the CAA in scoring, actually 20th nationally, 21.5 points per game. Also leads the team in assists. He does everything for this team here.
Leads the league in assists, leads the league in free throws attempted as well. For William and Mary, generally they're a balanced scoring team, but last time out a win against Old Dominion, it was all about Daniel Dixon.
Daniel Dixon, a building record at the Constant Center down at Old Dominion. 36 points. He was unconscious all night. A sharpshooter from the outside. If you're Northeastern, you have to know where he is on the perimeter and guard him.
He had 36 of the 62. William and Mary, a very veteran group. This is a really tough challenge for Northeastern to start conference play. For more on the matchup, let's say hello to the third member of our crew, Alex Vispoli. He's with head coach Bill Cohen.
Thanks, guys. Bill, back here at home. It seems like it's been a while. I'm sure you guys enjoyed a nice little bit of break before getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, it was great to get some time away. I know the kids enjoyed it, getting home to see family and friends, and now it's back to work.
What do you look for tonight with William and Mary, a team that obviously was picked near the top of the conference?
Well, the very, very talented team and experienced team with a terrific coaching staff. So each and every year we play them, it's a challenge because they play that Princeton-style offense, and then when you add in the talent that they have on this roster with Omar Pruitt and Daniel Dixon, they're going to be a formidable foe tonight.
Last time out, more heroics from TJ, the CAA Player of the Week. He's been fantastic and just seems to have raised his game to an entirely different level all season long.
Yeah, I mean, just so happy and pleased where he is right now with his game, physically, emotionally. You know, he's in a really good spot. He's got that senior urgency, and his play is, you know, indicative of that.
After so many road games, get a chance to settle in here.
Well, it's you know, we got to get reacquainted with Matthews. We've been away so long, but you know, guys are always excited to come to this floor and compete, and especially excited because it's the start of CAA play.
Bill, and best of luck today.
Thank you very much.
Bill?
All right, thanks, Alex. Northeastern and William and Mary coming up next here on GoNU Extreme.
inside Matthews Arena with Patrick McHugh. Bill Spalding, glad to be with you here on Go NU Extreme. We are set to go. The CAA opener, Northeastern 7-5, William and Mary 6-5. Huskies are in white, William and Mary is in green, and the CAA season is underway. Northeastern picked 7th in the preseason poll, but an impressive 7-5 in non-conference, including wins over UConn and Michigan State. William and Mary picked 3rd in the preseason poll after a very good 20-11 season last year and an 11-7 conference mark. Anthony Green in the starting lineup for Northeastern today. Jeremy Miller out with a minor injury. There's Devon Begley going to the tin, and he has been key over the last month.
And Begley, as the Huskies swap the floor in the zone defense, finds the space and explodes to the basket. That's how you beat the zone defense. If you get open space, you got to attack.
Begley's a junior. He's averaging about 8 points a game. He'd only averaged 3 points a game his first 2 years. Clean look for Omar Pruitt. Doesn't go. Got to watch the outside shooters for William and Mary. They're second in the CAA, shooting 38% from 3.
Both these teams are volume shooters from the outside. They like to put up a lot of shots from beyond the arc.
Shoot it well, too. Northeastern 3rd in terms of percentage. Again, William and Mary 2nd. Here's TJ Williams, CAA leader in points and assists. Feeds Alex Murphy, the 60-year senior. And there's a Northeastern turnover. Anthony Green throws it away. Greg Malinowski leads the charge. Pruitt a drive and dish. David Cohn wants 3 and left it short. 2 clean looks for William and Mary. Nothing doing in the early going for the Tribe. Green attacks right to the tin.
Love the way Anthony Green has played this season. He's dropped some weight. He's very explosive. Like the way he made a quick little hop step to the basket, filling in for the injured Jeremy Miller today.
Sophomore from nearby Quincy, Massachusetts, 18 pounds lighter, in better shape, and his fitness will be tested today. He'll probably play the most minutes of his entire career. Here's Daniel Dixon, red hot last time out. He picks up where he left off. 36 points 2 nights ago in a win against Old Dominion. Dixon averages 14.2 points a game. He teams with Omar Pruitt, who averages 13.9. Northeastern coach Bill Cohen said they're 2 of the best 10 players in the conference. There's Alex Murphy drawing a foul inside. 2 free throws coming for Murphy. Goes on Greg Malinowski, his first. Alex Murphy transferred to Northeastern from Florida, had one of the games of his career against Michigan State to will the Huskies to that win in East Lansing.
And he's a player that's comfortable in those environments because he used to play at Duke and at Florida, and going to a Big Ten school on the road, it's no stranger for him, even though he didn't stick at either school, and now he's found a home here at Northeastern for his 6th season.
10th in the CAA, averaging about 14 points a game. Bill Cohen did say he's a little bit nicked up. He's not 100%, got bumped up against Oakland out in Michigan. And his fitness will be tested the next 8 days. 4 games for both of these 2 teams the next 8 days. The CAA hits the conference season with a full sprint, not much messing around between games over the opening week plus.
Yeah, teams will play on Monday and then their usual Thursday, Saturday. So if you take a look at the 8-day stretch, like you mentioned, Bill, 4 games. So have to use your bench wisely.
William and Mary 6-5 on the year, coming in off that win on the road at Old Dominion. Led by 14th year head coach Tony Schaefer. Dixon again contested, left it short. Strong defense from Sean Osius. Williams pushes the pace, drive and dish. Extra pass, Begley. He's got it. Devon Begley from 3. That's been maybe the biggest improvement in his game this year.
Yeah, Begley shooting it from the outside. I thought the play on that sequence was Osius. At one end, you mentioned it, got out on the three-point shooter Dixon, then found the open man Begley. Great play at both ends of the floor.
And now Begley gets his hand on the ball and knocks it free. He broke out this year in a comeback win against Kent State when Northeastern trailed by 17, but ended up winning by 3. And he's been consistent over the last month plus since that game. 3 straight wins for Northeastern after the 4-5 start. Begley feeling it. Rebounded Jack Whitman, redshirt junior from Lexington, Kentucky, who has tripled his scoring average up to about 10.5 points a game in his 4th season. Backdoor cut, and that's a beautiful finish down low. Whitman the feed to set Dixon up free.
Expect to see a lot of that as well from the Tribe. They play all their players on the perimeter in most of their sets. They clear the lane, then try and free someone up on the backdoor cut.
It's your prototypical Princeton offense, though Princeton doesn't really run a Princeton offense anymore these days. Begley looking to do the same on a backdoor cut. Missed Alex Murphy's second Husky turnover. This is David Cohn, strong junior point guard. Paul Rowley all the way to the 10. Green got a piece, but he also got a piece of Rowley. It's a foul on Anthony Green, and it brings us to a timeout on the floor. Fast start, both sides starting to make some progress on offense. Northeastern 8, William and Mary 5 in the CAA opener.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Northeastern leads William and Mary 4-12 into the conference opener for both of these two teams. Northeastern 10 days between games, but they headed into that break with momentum thanks in part to TJ Williams against a very good Oakland team, one of the Horizon League favorites. Williams, a buzzer beater to win it for Northeastern.
A beautiful drive. I love how calm he was during that entire sequence. There were 8 seconds left. Oakland had just come back to tie the game. Northeastern led the entire way. Northeastern got the final possession. They go to their main man, the top scorer in the conference, and he delivers in a big way. It's a significant win because going into that break, you feel so good about yourself, and now you go into conference play.
Paul Rowley at the line for free throws after the first foul today on Anthony Green. Another big part of that win for Northeastern was they had some really tough finishes early in this season. 2 missed buzzer beaters, one against Stony Brook, one against Cornell, that could have won the Stony Brook game, tied the Cornell game. But over the last 3 games, a 2-point win against Vermont, that buzzer-beating win against Oakland, Bill Cohen said now this team believes they can finish off those close games.
It's a process. It's about learning how to win. And look, there are always going to be games which you lose and you say, I could have done this, I should have done that. But sometimes it's the little plays, not necessarily at the end, but maybe in the middle of the game, you make those plays, and at the end they count.
Northeastern freshman Bolden Brace and Maxime Borsico have checked in. Murphy cans the Huskies' second three-pointer today. He's a guy who can step out, hit from the outside, which makes him a tough guard. He's shooting at about 33% from 3. This is Nathan Knight, talented freshman for William and Mary. He's a 7'2" wingspan, and he's a problem, especially on the defensive end. This is Pruitt, one of the top players in the conference. Out to Dixon, fresh off a 36-point performance. Rowley, contested 3, rattles out, rebound to Williams. Strong challenge again from Maxime Borsico for the Huskies. Murphy wants another 3, give him 3! Northeastern leads 14-7, 5 minutes, 20 seconds in.
And I love what TJ Williams did. He grabbed the rebound and he knew where the hot hand was, found it to Murphy, stepped into it with confidence, and drained his second consecutive.
7 early points for Murphy. Northeastern up 7, 5.5 minutes into this game. Dixon a baseline drive, and he's fouled. Well, Daniel Dixon's showing no sign of fatigue after he put the team on his back 2 nights ago. Really only about 36 hours between the end of the last game and the travel to Boston for William and Mary and the game today, whereas Northeastern's had about 10 days off between the Oakland game and today.
Yeah, different schools of thoughts. Would you rather, be in the flow of gameplay when you enter conference play, or maybe rest up a little bit and see who has the live legs? First 5 minutes looks like the Huskies are no worse for the wear, having spent so much time off.
6 points already for Daniel Dixon, 6 of the 8 for William and Mary, and now 7 of the 9. 14-9 Northeastern leads. We've played 5 minutes, 35 seconds. Big game last time out for Dixon, but he's played really well over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Look back to the Rhode Island game, which came on December 22nd, and he was active there against Rhode Island with 16 points. Northeastern with 14 points, and TJ Williams hasn't even scored yet. Golden brace out for Begley. All the way to the rack. He finishes. Blew right past the defense of Omar Pruitt. 7 early points for Begley. He and Murphy have combined for 14 of the Huskies' 16. First time we've seen Connor Birchfield out for William and Mary, a dead-eye shooter. Led the nation. He shot 56% from 3 last year. This is Cohn, a guy that Bill Cohen said is the straw that stirs the drink for William and Mary. Oh, look at that step back. Cohn didn't get the finish. It was fancy to create some space.
Oh, he's a great ball handler, tops in the team in assists at nearly 5 a game.
Begley feeling it. 9 points for Devon Begley in the opening 6.5 minutes. Largest lead for Northeastern at 18-9.
Good sign for the Huskies. When Begley scores at least 6 points or more, they're 15-3.
Nathan Knight muscles inside and scores his first 2 of the day. Knight, a freshman from Syracuse, prepped in New England at Kimball Union last year. Williams hard to the rack, short, couldn't follow. Knight squeezes the rebound. 18-11, Northeastern over William and Mary. Bolden Brace slows play down by getting his hand on a pass. Been a pretty wide open first 7 minutes and 5 seconds here.
And this is the pace both teams are comfortable with. I mean, both teams, they score a lot of points. The Huskies nearly 73 points per game. William and Mary averaging 81. So if trends continue, this could be a very high-scoring affair.
Something Bill Cohen said, you hear Princeton offense, you think, oh, this is a team that slows it down, wants to play in the 60s. But William and Mary is an outstanding transition team. Bill Cohen said the most important part of the shot clock against the Tribe is the first 6 seconds. Williams the steal and score. First 2 for TJ Williams, who's averaging 21.5 a game to lead the CAA. 20-11 Northeastern, 7.5 minutes deep at Matthews Arena. And a foul off the ball goes on Northeastern. Third foul on the Huskies. This one belongs to Bolden Brace, his first.
Challenge for Northeastern defensively today will be discipline, because everyone on this William and Mary team just about, they can shoot from the outside. So look out for those shot fakes. They try and get you in the air, drive around them, then your teammate has to come out and help, and someone else is wide open. So understand when the player's going to shoot, understand when he's trying to just get you in the air.
Brace checks out. Sean Osius, the freshman from Florida, returns. Oliver Tot into the game, a junior from Bratislava, Slovakia. Long 3 on the outside, didn't fall for Rowley. Cold start from 3 for William and Mary. Tribe is just 1 for its first 6 from downtown. Begley attacking Knight, and he's rejected. Green sticks it back. Anthony Green in his first career start has already scored 4 points. That's more than he averages throughout the opening 2 months of the season. 22-11 Northeastern. We've played a little more than 8 minutes. It's Greg Malinowski, another dead-eye shooter. Bill Cohen said the scouting report prepares for 4 shooters on the floor at all times for William and Mary. Malinowski short from 3. Borsicum this time just jumped but still grabs the rebound.
And that's twice in that sequence. Osius very under control, challenging the 3-point shooter.
Williams the Euro step, and he's fouled. Went right at the league's top shot blocker, Nathan Knight. First foul on Knight, and it stops play with 11:24 to go in the first half. Well, the Huskies went 10 games between games. They've carried the momentum early. An 11-point lead for Northeastern, 22-11.
It's my day, it's going my way. Ain't nothing gonna bring me down. One in a
Matthews Arena. Happy New Year to everybody. Winding down 2016 with the opener of the 2017 CAA men's basketball season. Northeastern leads 22-11. And let's check in with the third member of our crew, Alex Vespoli.
Thanks, Bill. Well, you mentioned it earlier how the bench has been a big key to William & Mary and how the bench is really going to be key for these teams at the start of CAA play. William & Mary as a team averages over 30 points and over 13 rebounds out of its bench. Now, they did start Dixon today, so that takes a little bit out, but William & Mary still has plenty in reserve as they have Rowley, who averages nearly 8 points a game, and also Nathan Knight averages 7.9 points a game, so there is a lot still to come off the bench for this Tribe squad.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. This is a really balanced group. When you look at the William & Mary roster, they have 8 players who average 5.9 points a game or more, which is why it was so surprising that Daniel Dixon had to score about 65% of the Tribe's points against Old Dominion to lead William & Mary to the win.
And that's been a key to this squad's success. You know, they've had 20-plus wins in the last 3 years. They've twice got to the CAA championship game and lost. In fact, under head coach Tony Shaver, they made the championship 4 times, just haven't come home with the trophy, but one of the more consistent squads in all the CAA in the last 10-plus years.
Yeah, the winningest team in the CAA over the past 4 seasons. TJ Williams, the free throw line, he made the first, and now looked like he's had some type of difficulty. He makes his way over to Bill Cohen. Training staff will come check as well. You wonder if maybe he lost a contact or something. That free throw for Williams, oh, blood on the jersey, you can see it right there. That free throw for Williams gave him 996 career points, 4 away from 1,000. He's done a lot of that work this year. His career average coming in was about 6 points a game, and this season averaging 21.5 points a game and leading the CAA in free throws attempted.
It's a complete credit to TJ Williams for understanding what his team needs. When he came in, he played with the likes of, you know, David Walker and Quincy Ford and Zach Stahl. Those are 3 1,000-point scorers. So early in his career, he was more of a distributor, giving other guys shots. Now that he's a senior, comes in with players that are still very talented, maybe not as experienced. So he comes in knowing that he has to set the table and be the catalyst in all categories, and he's in exactly that.
Instead of a new jersey, they just put some white tape over the blood on TJ Williams' jersey. So you wonder, Nellie's got the Band-Aid. If TJ Williams is a big game today, does tape on the jersey become the new fashion statement in college basketball? Williams goes 1 for 2. Northeastern 23, William & Mary 11. We've played 8.5 minutes in the CAA opener for both these teams. Off-ball foul goes on Maxime Borsico. It's his first, and it's the 4th on Northeastern. Huskies were picked 7th in the conference preseason poll, but it's probably misleading. First off, Northeastern's had some freshmen, and TJ Williams play a lot better than maybe folks expected. Secondly, Alex Murphy was such a late add, some of the voters might not even have known he was on the roster when they voted. William & Mary picked 3rd in the preseason poll. UNCW picked 1st. Towson picked 2nd this season.
I think UNCW, they've gotten off to a very strong start in defending league champions. You know, they're one of the top teams in the CAA. No surprise to see them at the top. So far, Northeastern up, they have to prove it in CAA play, but they look better than a 7th-place team.
Begley clanks the 3. Borsico hustles for an offensive rebound. He's coming off the best game of his career. He scored 16 points in the 2-point win against Oakland last time out. That Oakland team might make the NCAA tournament, one of the top teams in the Horizon League for sure. Northeastern up 23-11, and a foul goes against Daniel Dixon, his first, 3rd on the Tribe. 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Huskies up 12. Murphy in, Borsico out. 7 points already for Alex Murphy today, 9 for Devon Begley to lead Northeastern. There's TJ Williams, hasn't left the game yet today, and you don't expect him to leave much. He leads the CAA, averaging about 37 minutes a game. Murphy in that soft spot of the zone defense. Kick out for Williams. Too strong. Run out on the rebound, Greg Malinowski. This is Omar Pruitt. Slow start for him today.
Pruitt, one of the top players in William & Mary history. Look at that slip and a thundering slam for Whitman off the assist from Dixon. A little pick and roll.
That's classic William & Mary basketball. You see a player get that wide open, you wonder, how could a guy, where's the missed assignment, what's going on? That's just what their offense does.
Murphy attacks Pruitt and muscles an answer through. Alex Murphy and Devon Begley have scored 18 of the Huskies' 25. 25-13 Northeastern.
Well, the Huskies are looking for Murphy on every offensive possession. He'll either attack the basket or set someone up on the outside.
And he's 23 years old in his 6th year in college. Dixon clanked the three-pointer. Rebound Williams. Started at Duke, then Florida. Injuries earned him an extra year of eligibility, and he's been a key cog for Northeastern in this 7-5 start. Adds a great experienced really mentality and approach in the locker room for these Huskies that rely on young players. Murphy underneath the tin, rejected. Whitman pinned it against the backboard.
It's a great recovery from the Tribe, but that was wonderful ball movement from Northeastern. That ball switched sides of the floor. Murphy was open, but good help.
Murphy answers with a block of his own on Malinowski. Whitman slams down another. Hanging on to avoid Omar Pruitt, and the referees will stop play. There's a bit of a freaky sequence there. Northeastern's lead 10-25-15.
What a great effort from Murphy with the left hand, just a reaction block, getting up there in a loose ball situation, and the beneficiary is Whitman for 2.
4 points for Jack Whitman on a couple of dunks. Whitman, a really smart kid, majoring in kinesiology and health sciences. His brother played football at Harvard. Osius, deep three, short. Rebounding foul goes on Dixon, and that's his second. So that's big early foul trouble for Daniel Dixon, the leading scorer for William & Mary.
And that's brought on by great positioning from Green. He has the size advantage on Dixon, has about 4 inches on him, but he boxed out and he was ready for the rebound, and Dixon fought him off with the arm, and referee caught it.
Dixon remains in the game. Murphy jacks a three. It's good! 12 points for Alex Murphy. Northeastern shooting 4 of 8 from 3, 61% overall. Whitman stuffed away. Green covered him well down low. Admirable start for Green in place of the injured Miller. Green on the other end couldn't beat Dixon, and Whitman volleyballs the rebound to himself. By the way, a correction on the scoring. The first foul on Dixon was actually issued to Whitman, so Dixon has just 1 foul. He's off from 3 here. William & Mary 1 for 10 from 3. Northeastern leads 28-15, and there's a foul on Malinowski heading into the scorer's table, and a photographer beneath the hoop. Stops play with 7:50 to go in the first half. Northeastern 28, William & Mary 15. You're watching on GoNU Extreme.
Taste the feeling.
Hockey returns this January. For tickets to Capital One Frozen Fenway, head to redsox.com/frozenfenway or call 877-RED-SOX-9.
28-15, Northeastern leads William & Mary in a CAA opener. This is a big table setter. You win this game and build momentum heading into this 4-game and 8-day stretch. Northeastern by 13, 7:50 to go. Offense playing well for the Huskies, but a real key is the defense. William & Mary averages 81 points a game. They've scored just 15 points over the first 12-plus minutes, and they're shooting only 28%, Pat.
And I think a lot of that credit has to go to Northeastern's defense, because they're challenging William & Mary shooters, and they're doing so under control. Again, I mentioned earlier, They're going to try and get you up in the air with those up fakes. You got to be disciplined in your defensive strategy, understand when they're actually going to shoot. When they do shoot, get a hand up, but don't foul because they're an excellent free throw shooting team. I think Northeastern's done that, and in many instances, it's been one and done for William & Mary offensively.
And especially three-point defense for Northeastern. They've held William & Mary to just 1 for 10 from 3. For the Tribe, if you took Daniel Dixon out of the equation last time out against Old Dominion, it would be back-to-back rough shooting performances. The rest of William & Mary, taking Dixon's 36 points out of the equation, shot only 30% and only about 20% from 3 against Old Dominion in that win. Northeastern with possession, led right now by 12 points from Alex Murphy. Max Borsico back for Murphy. This is the mismatch against the point guard David Cohn. Takes him to the tin, doesn't finish. It's good identification there, though, by Murphy, knowing he had a few inches on Cohn.
I like his aggressiveness early in this game.
Northeastern's lead 13, 7:20 to go first half. Cohn foul that goes on Borsico. Second on Maxime Borsico, the 5th on Northeastern. Omar Pruitt has yet to score for William & Mary. Scored more than 1,500 points in his career, and he's been especially good against Northeastern. Last season he scored 23 points and 28 points in the 2 William & Mary wins against the Huskies. Williams coast to coast, plus a foul. Got from one end to the other so quickly.
With that explosiveness from TJ Williams, he identifies an opportunity to get to the bucket, splits 2 defenders, and that long reach of Knight, again, a 7'2" wingspan. He protects the ball well, score it, and the foul.
Second foul on Nathan Knight, 30-15. Northeastern leads, 7:11 to go in the first half. Begley back in, Borsico out. 12 points for Murphy, 9 for Begley, 5 right now for TJ Williams with his 3rd free throw of the day coming. And he knocks it down. 2 for 3 from the line today. He's shooting 75% this season. Again, he's taken 111 free throws in just 12 and a half games. Here's the point guard, Cohn. Threw it away. Sean Osius jumps the passing lane after Williams played physical defense. Jimmy Marshall, the senior for Northeastern, just into the game for the first time. Begley finds Marshall on the back cut and finish. First 2 for Jimmy Marshall, who's averaging less than a point a game. Northeastern's offense looked like William & Mary there, and Tony Schaefer wants timeout. It was the back cut.
Back cut and the basketball IQ from both players. From Begley to understand where the opening was, and then from Marshall, not just stick in the corner, go to the basket. That is beautiful execution offensively.
The Northeastern by 18. Alex Espoli, what are you seeing down on the hardwood?
Well, there's obviously not a whole lot to critique based on the way the Huskies have controlled this first half, leading by 18 points. And they're leading in the rebounding category as well, 15-8. But one area coming out of the last timeout that Bill Cohen wanted his team to do was get a little bit crisper on its defensive rebounding, rebound close to the basket better, and part of that is that William & Mary's rebounders are flashing from the outside and crashing the boards, almost literally, so he wants his team to body up a little bit more on those outside players coming in to control the rebounding battle even more than they already have, Bill.
All right, thanks, Alex. And I guess if you're a coach, you always have to find something to complain about, but Northeastern has grabbed defensive rebounds on 11 of William & Mary's 12 misses. The Tribe have just 1 offensive rebound.
I think it's probably more of a reminder than a critique, just knowing that this is a very long team and they can get some offensive rebounds if you don't box out.
Well, there's a physical box out and a rebound for Jimmy Marshall. Northeastern to the offensive end, leading 35-15, 6:10 to go first half. Begley, the teardrop. Look out, folks. Northeastern making a statement early, up 20. Without one of their starters, a preseason All-CAA honorable mention, Jeremy Miller, Northeastern leads by 20 points against the Tribe of William & Mary. Here's Pruitt. William & Mary needs to get him going if they're going to get back into this one. Whitman poked away and a foul. Alex Murphy tagged with his first foul, very nearly a clean steal.
I actually thought it was a clean steal. He was eyeing that high dribble the entire time and timed it perfectly, I thought, but anytime you reach in like that, maybe the official didn't see it, and it's just easy to call her a foul there.
Huskies on a 10-0 run over the last 2:44, about a 3-minute scoring drought for William & Mary. Tribe are just 5 for 18 from the field. Rowley pushed off, and it's an offensive foul on Paul Rowley. First foul today on the redshirt sophomore from Purcellville, Virginia. Once again, he just had a Husky in the right spot on defense.
Yeah, and Sean Osius, he doesn't have any points tonight, but his contributions defensively tell the story. That's fantastic positioning, taking the charge, and seemed a little fired up after that. Every reason to be. Man-to-man defense, recovering defensively. Shooters out in the corner, he's done it all.
Well, Bill Cohen told us before the game, part of the reason the team went with a long break at Christmas time is because there are so many freshmen and young players, and he thinks those type of breaks, a chance to get home, really mean a lot more to the young players. Freshmen have been on campus since July, and for the first time really in 6 months, they got an opportunity to go home, catch their breath, and refocus. Osius playing well early in his first game since the break.
Yeah, he one of 3 freshmen on this squad, along with Borsico and Bolden Brace.
Omar Pruitt tagged with a foul. It's the 8th on William and Mary, so a 1-and-1 opportunity for Jimmy Marshall, senior from Richmond, Virginia. Missed the front end. Rebound to William and Mary. Trip down to William and Mary, always a big one for Jimmy Marshall, one of the opponents in his home state in the CAA. William and Mary, of course, from beautiful Williamsburg, Virginia, the colonial capital of the Commonwealth of Virginia. In tight, Whitman fouled on the floor, and that's a second on Murphy. Referees calling this game very tightly today. That has been the emphasis these past couple of seasons. Tim Kelly, Clarence Armstrong, and Bill McCarthy, the crew today.
You see the foul before the shot, so it's 1-and-1 at the line. Again, tough, and Murphy thought he had the steal in the earlier sequence. Okay, that's his first foul, and then possession later gets his second. Just got to be careful.
Whitman missed the front end, so William and Mary is still scoreless. It's been 3 minutes and 45 seconds without a bucket for the Tribe. Look at Williams attack Dixon. Boy, he gives about 4 inches to Dixon, and he still beat him to the rack. 8 for TJ Williams, 37-15 Northeastern. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. 1,000 and 1,001 points for TJ Williams. He needed 5 points coming in. He has 8. Dixon layup good. That ends the drought. That was a smooth move. Part of the reason Daniel Dixon's so hard to defend, he can beat you outside and he can beat you in.
Yeah, and his shot not exactly falling from the outside. Northeastern doing such a very good job defensively. Go down low.
Murphy on the other end. Big start to the day for him. Falling away. It's good. 14 for Alex Murphy. That one maybe the toughest shot he's taken all day.
He's already hit his season average, and we still have 4 minutes and change to play in this first half.
39-17 Northeastern, and Pruitt turns it over. Now this game so far for Pruitt has been the antithesis of his previous experiences against Northeastern. A career average of about 18 points a game against the Huskies. He is scoreless, he has committed 2 fouls, and he's turned it over twice.
Yeah, and he's shot the ball so well at 54% in games, 7 games in his career entering today against the Huskies, but so far not been his day, but that's all been Northeastern's doing. They haven't been welcoming to him.
39-17 Northeastern, less than 4 minutes to go in the first half. Williams drives, he's fouled. It's a foul on the floor against Paul Rowley. Rowley's second, the 9th on William and Mary, which means TJ Williams will be at the free throw line for a 1-and-1 when we return. 3:51 to go in the first half, and right now the Huskies are a runaway train. 39-17 Northeastern.
Student athletes in the CAA are true student athletes. Some of the best and the most brightest in the country.
They're students first, athletes second. They're talented on the court and they're ultra talented in the classroom.
They really push each other to be better, both on the court and in the classroom as well.
It's a conference I think that we can all be really proud of. The home of student athletes.
Uno's new Chicago Thin Crust Pizza. The best thing to happen to pizza since deep dish. Bold flavors, edge-to-edge toppings, and a distinct Chicago-style cut. So every thin slice is big on taste. Try our new Veggie Extravaganza, full of house-roasted freshness. The whole hog pizza for extreme meat lovers. And the epic Windy City Works. It's thin crust pizza with a deep dish attitude. The new Chicago Thin Crust Pizza, only at Uno's. Buy 1 Chicago Thin Crust Pizza to go and get a second pizza for just $5.
3:51 to go in the first half at Matthews Arena, conference opener for Northeastern and William and Mary. And right now, Northeastern leads 39-17. Tony Shaver, the head coach for William and Mary, looking for some adjustments. For more on Coach Shaver, let's say hello to Alex once more.
Well, Bill, a lot of us would be happy to just get into one Hall of Fame over the course of our lifetime. William & Mary head coach Tony Shaver is in 3 Halls of Fame. He's in his own high school Hall of Fame in High Point, North Carolina, where he was a 4-sport athlete. At Episcopal High School, where he was a high school coach in Alexandria, Virginia. He's in the Athletic Hall of Fame there. And at Hampton-Sydney College, where he coached before William & Mary, he's in their Athletic Hall of Fame. And as the all-time winningest head coach for the Tribe, you can bet there might be number 4 on his horizon. For now, we'll go back to our Hall of Famer, Bill Spalding.
Well, Alex, you're too kind. And I was going to say, you got to think that 4th Hall of Fame is coming up pretty shortly here for Coach Shaver, who has taken a William & Mary program that really didn't have all that much history to write home about and made them a contender all throughout the past decade and a half while he's been the head coach.
I can't think of, any better ambassador in the CAA than Tony Shaver. He's been consistent. This now his 14th season. His players play tough. They play smart. They graduate. They're good players in the community. This is really a beacon in the conference.
TJ Williams at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. He made the first. He makes the second. Williams has 10 points, and right now the beacon that Coach Shaver needs is a distress beacon because William & Mary trails 41-17. 3:45 to go first half. Tribe have just 2 points over the last 7 minutes. Here's another turnover. Osius ahead of the pack, over the top of Dixon. 43-17. It's an 18-2 Northeastern run.
First 2 points for Osius, but they come off a turnover that he helped create.
William & Mary has turned it over 7 times. Tribe have made just 6 field goals. That's a travel and turnover number 8. Patrick, this is a William & Mary team that has scored 81 points a game. And again, they have just 2 points over the last, say, about 7.5 minutes at this point.
It's been incredible, Bill. I mean, the Huskies are just completely taking William & Mary out of their game. They look lost. They look confused. On the other side, the team in white looks confident.
It's an 18-2 Northeastern run. Make it 22 as Williams knocks down a contested jumper. 12 points for TJ Williams, 14 for Murphy, 11 for Begley. That trio has been outstanding today. 45-17, Huskies lead, 2:51 to go in the half, and William & Mary turns it over once more. Steal for Green, he runs the floor and hammers it down. 30-point lead.
Feed the big man running the floor. You love to see that. Gets the steal. Reward him for getting up the court and the flush with 2 hands.
Bill Cohen said he'd see if that 10-day layoff paid off. Dixon, no. And an offensive foul on the rebound goes against Malinowski. I'd say the answer for Bill Cohen was it a good decision to give his guys 10 days off? It's a resounding yes right now.
You think they can work more 10-day breaks into the rest of the season? This is incredible.
47-17 Northeastern after the rebounding foul. Free throws coming. Here's Green, rewarded for running the 90 feet down the floor.
It was such a good pass from Begley that Green almost didn't expect it either. The no-look pass, no one in a green jersey knew it was coming. Green almost caught it at his chin, but what a great feed from Begley. Begley's been a great catalyst today for the offense.
Sean Osius knocks down the free throw, and if things weren't bad enough for William & Mary, that rebounding foul against Malinowski was his 3rd foul of the first half. 48-17 Northeastern leads. Huskies on a 23-2 run, an 11-0 run, and on pace for more than 100 points. Whitman ends the run and bangs it in through contact. 6 points today for Jack Whitman, a free throw to boot. Foul on TJ Williams is his first. Well, that looked more like the William & Mary you suspect to see. There was a mismatch down low. It was identified by the guards, and they got the ball down to Whitman.
There just hasn't been enough of that if you're Tony Shaver and anybody on that bench right now. And it just seems like Northeastern's defense understanding what William & Mary's doing and almost beating them to the punch on their own offensive game.
Northeastern leads 48-19, less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ball's kicked out of bounds, and Northeastern has 15 to work with on the shot clock. Extended zone from William and Mary here. Begley on the deck with 6 to shoot. Backdoor cut Osius. Green whirling. No, just a little too much muscle.
I love the spin move, though. Everything but the finish was great.
Rowley, extra pass to Dixon. Penetration, twirl, and finish.
And there's a spin at the other end.
Yeah. 11 for Daniel Dixon. Again, he has more than a half of the Tribe's points. 4 in a row for William and Mary, back within 27 at 48-21. Minute 20 to go before the half.
It sounds silly, Bill, but the Huskies still need to finish the half strong. Even though they have such a sizable advantage, you don't want to give the other team momentum going into halftime.
Oh, there's Green off the dish from TJ Williams. Surgical pass from Williams. On the other end, 3 doesn't go. Rowley, rebound is off the Tribe. TJ Williams, 4th assist already. He has 4 rebounds as well. So an outside shot at a triple-double with 12 points. 50-21 Northeastern. A minute to go in what has been one of the best first halves in recent Northeastern memory.
I haven't seen every single game this team has played in the last decade, but for my money, I have never seen a Northeastern team play so efficient and effective in 20 minutes of play.
Deep ball, 3, rattles out. Didn't go down for Osius. Oh, over the top, Pruitt stripped by Osius and blocked. Green says no. Whitman's fouled, going back up. Boy, Anthony Green was ready to make his first career start today.
Wow. Man, that was thunderous, too. He just anticipated it perfectly. And again, a credit to him for getting back defensively, not jogging up the court. Look how fast he got back there, helping his teammates. It's still going to result in free throws, but that's a great job from Green.
50-21 Northeastern, 33 seconds to go in the first half. Jack Whitman 0 for 2 at the line now, 1 for 3. Whitman has 7 points, Dixon has 11. That's 18 of the 22 for William and Mary. Whitman knocks them both down. Tribe within 27 again at 50-23. Remember, this is a William and Mary team expected to contend once again at the top of the league picture. 11-7 in conference play last year, picked 3rd in the CAA preseason poll this season. Two-second difference between game clock and shot clock. 17 seconds left in the first half. Williams pressured by Dixon. 10 to shoot for TJ Williams. With 7, Williams, Euro step, that's a travel. Strong defense from Daniel Dixon that time, sticking with him the whole way.
And that was excellent defense from Dixon because his team in the bonus, so if he fouls Williams, it's 2 at the free throw line, but it was good defensive effort to not pick up the foul, keep Williams away from the basket until very late in the shot clock, and then force a turnover.
50-23, 7 seconds left in the half. David Cone with 4, off the screen with 3. Cone, kick into the corner, Rowley a 3, it's good! Well, if there's a possibility to take momentum to the locker room down 24, the Tribe might have just done it there. Only the second three-pointer of the half for William and Mary. Still, Northeastern goes to halftime up 50-26.
Excellent awareness to beat the buzzer, knowing there's barely any time. Can't get in your full stroke, but get it off and get it in. But the Huskies still in very comfortable shape.
Well, it gives Northeastern and Bill Cohen something to go into the locker room and talk about. Up by 24. A dominant effort for the Huskies. They shoot 63% from the field. Only a mirror image 36% for William and Mary in the first half. Huskies get 14 points from Alex Murphy, 12 points from TJ Williams, and 11 from Devon Begley. At halftime, 50-26, Northeastern. At Matthews Arena, Northeastern 50, William and Mary 26 as we get set to start the second half. Northeastern a dominant first 20 minutes in the CAA opener.
Yeah, take a look at some of these highlights, and every player's contributed. Look at Anthony Green getting his first start and going to the basket. In the outside, they moved the ball around the perimeter. Begley, he shot the ball well today. Defensively, too, the Huskies done a great job. You see Dixon get a layup there, but they've contested the three-point shots from the outside. They've been in good position, and Alex Murphy has been strong both inside and outside.
William and Mary opens the second half with possession. The Tribe in green, Northeastern in white. An opening miss for William and Mary. Let's check in with Alex Vispoli.
Thanks, Bill. I talked to Bill Cohen coming out of halftime. He was obviously very pleased. He thought his team played very well with energy, got turnovers, and that active defense really led to that offensive explosion in the first half. He credits the defense to a really good week of preparation getting ready for the CAA opener. The message for the second half, don't relax, play a good opening 4 minutes, and then take the game in 4-minute segments moving forward.
All right, Alex, thank you. A turnover for Northeastern, so both teams alternate turnovers to open the game. That preparation a key. Northeastern had the 10 days off between games, but they didn't take any extra time away. They had the players go home for a couple of days. They were back the morning of the 26th and practiced from the 26th all the way through today to get ready for this one.
And I think that practice time is important because when you go home, you enjoy the holidays, you get to see your friends and your family. You kind of escape from basketball, but you need that time to refocus yourself and get back into game mode, especially when CAA play begins.
And to run off a holiday meal or two as well. David Cohn for William and Mary. Tough shot. Wow. First two today for Cohn. Once down 30, the Tribe are back within 22. And I know you said at halftime, Patrick, Northeastern has to remember last time they were here, they had a 17-point second half comeback, so they can't let the same thing happen the other way. Just 10 to shoot for Northeastern. Minute 20 seconds gone in the half. Northeastern leads 50-28. Step back, Begley three is good. High degree of difficulty again. 14 points for Devon Begley, twice his season average.
And that's to be disheartening for William and Mary because that was very good defense. Late in the shot clock, a step back three, hand in the face, and it's still 3 points.
Northeastern by 25. Tough pass for Jack Whitman. 7 points in the first half. Whitman hooks home a couple more. Jack Whitman and Daniel Dixon have all but 7 points for William and Mary so far today. It's 53-30 Northeastern. Green blocked, but a foul. Would have been his third monster slam of the day. 2 free throws coming for Anthony Green, who's only 3 points shy of his career high.
Love the aggressiveness again. Really all game for Anthony Green. Not afraid to take the ball to the basket and pose your will. He's got great size at 6'10".
You look at the numbers today, and Northeastern has upped its season average in basically everything so far. Green knocks down the free throw. Northeastern averaged 73 points a game coming in. They have 54 points in the first 22 minutes. Shoot about 46%. They're shooting 64% today. They shoot 36% from three. They're shooting 50% from three. And defensively, they're holding a William and Mary team that averages 81 points a game, on pace for about 60. Off-ball foul whistled.
To continue your point, Bill, I mean, it's very easy if you don't see this game and maybe just look at the stat sheet and say, oh, well, you know, Northeastern shot the ball well and William and Mary didn't shoot the ball well, so that's why there's, you know, such a big disparity. But, I mean, Northeastern's offense has been so efficient and effective. They're taking great shots because they're moving the ball so well. And then on the defensive end, they're making life difficult. See, again, a hand in the passing lane, and William and Mary is stagnant offensively.
And this is a tough offense to prepare for, the uniqueness of the Princeton offense. Backdoor cut to Dixon. In tight, Osius challenged the shot, made life difficult once more. He'll be the unsung hero of this game. He's only scored a couple of points, but he's been outstanding on defense.
Couldn't agree more.
Green, high off the tin, no. 54-30 Northeastern. We've played 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Wide open look, Malinowski, no. And the ball is out of bounds, off of Northeastern. Bounced off Osius, will stick with William and Mary. Greg Malinowski is a guy who hits three-pointers at about a 44% clip, but today he's had some open looks, and they just haven't fallen. He's 0 for 3.
And that's really the only one I can remember today in which a William & Mary player has been wide open to shoot a three. That came off transition. But even then, wide open shot, and William & Mary just can't get it to go down, one of their best shooters.
Here's Oliver Tott, 6'6" junior. Malinowski. Omar Pruitt hasn't scored yet today. More than 1,500 points in his career. Averaged 26 against Northeastern last season. Foul on Borsico, who's in foul trouble. That's his third already, and he'll likely have to exit. If not, he'll have to be very cautious here. After a career-high 16 against Oakland, Borsico hasn't gotten into the act. One of only 2 Huskies to play that hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, coming off such a great game against Oakland, hasn't continued today, but the rest of his teammates have certainly picked up that slack.
Northeastern 7-5, William & Mary 6-5. This is the conference opener. Malinowski on the backdoor cut, slid behind Murphy. First 2 points today for Greg Malinowski, who averages about 8 a game. Bagley, baseline penetration. Couldn't slide it through to Borsico. Huskies a little sloppier here in the second half, already a second turnover. Wide open look, Malinowski again off the side of the backboard. Is he ice cold or is he ice cold today?
Wow, sometimes it's just not your day.
Northeastern 54, William & Mary 32. We've played 3 minutes, 40 seconds in this second half. Murphy posting up, called for it and lost the ball. He'd beaten Tott, but he fumbled the basketball away. 3 turnovers this half already for Northeastern after only 3 turnovers the entirety of the first half.
Yeah, sometimes playing with a lead can be difficult because you want to take smart shots. You have such a big lead, but maybe you lose that aggressive nature.
Whitman, hook, gets the roll. Jack Whitman's closing in on a career high. He's already scored 12 points. His career high is 16. 20-point lead for Northeastern, once up 30. Borsico blows past Dixon, left it short, follows his miss, yes, plus a foul. First 2 for Maxime Borsico. Huskies back up 56-34, and it brings us to a timeout on the floor. 15:39 to play as Northeastern looks to get off to a great start in the CAA. 56-34 Huskies. Northeastern looking to finish 2016 with one of the most impressive wins of the calendar year. Huskies 56, William & Mary 34. Conference opener, Northeastern up 22, 15:39 to go in the second half. Maxime Borsico trying to complete a three-point play, and he missed it. With Alex Vespoli courtside, Patrick McHugh to my left, I'm Bill Spalding. Glad to be with you. Wishing a happy new year to you and yours. This is Oliver Tott. At 15, he played in the top league in Slovakia, professional league.
Dixon did not finish. So talk about getting some physical experience to ready yourself for the college game. Oliver Tott was playing against grown men as a 15-year-old.
And what a great experience that can be. I mean, how many players get to say that they get to play against professionals before they even get through high school?
There's TJ Williams averaging 21 a game. He's scored 12 today. Murphy on the drive ran into Nathan Knight, and the ball's out off Knight. 10 to shoot for Northeastern, and we'll see Sagen Ford for the first time today, and the first time at home this season. It played in that road trip against Michigan State, against Oakland, and played pretty well in limited minutes.
Yeah, he played 14 minutes in those 3 games on the road, and I thought he had a great effort at Michigan State, giving some valuable minutes coming off the bench. Got his only 2 points of the season in that game.
Sagen, of course, the younger brother of the great Northeastern forward Quincy Ford, who graduated last year. Begley one to shoot, tough floater, no rim. That's a shot clock violation. William & Mary's defense has certainly stiffened in this second half after the Huskies scored 50 points in the first half.
Yeah, momentum can be fleeting, and you saw how confident and great Northeastern looked in that first half. Things were rolling. You go into halftime break, and you're not out there on the court. It's tough to pick it back up again.
They'll re-inbound here. Northeastern at one point led 45-15. So since then, it's a 19-11 lead for William & Mary, but when you're down 30, it takes a lot more than that to dig yourself out of a hole.
Yeah, but I think if you're Northeastern, you don't want to give William & Mary any hope. I mean, keep your foot on the gas pedal, keep doing what you've been doing to be successful, and in the final minutes when the clock is ticking down, maybe then you can kind of relax.
Omar Pruitt still looking to get on the board, and that's an easy way to do it. Off his screen, first 2 for Pruitt, just 24 points shy of his average against Northeastern last year. 56-36, 14 and a half minutes to play, Northeastern by 20. Murphy, kick out, here's Bolden Brace, freshman. Back to Murphy, has the height advantage on Rowley. Sagen Ford left free, too strong. Dixon thought about a 3. Ball reversal. This is a clean look for Rowley. Great ball movement from William & Mary, and Bill Cohen wants timeout. 5 in a row for the Tribe. Northeastern's lead is trimmed to 17. 56-39 Huskies, 13:56 to go. You're watching Go NU Extreme.
Returns this January. For tickets to Capital One Frozen Fenway, head to redsox.com/Frozen Fenway or call 877-RED SOX 9.
Northeastern once up 30, now up just 17, 56-39, 13:56 to play. Bill Cohen took a timeout. Now it's Vespoli was right in the middle of that huddle.
Yeah, Bill not real happy with the team right now. He wants them to play with energy, but he also wants the Huskies to play under control, which is something they haven't really done. They've made a few too many home run pass attempts, jump shots with only 10 seconds gone by on the shot clock. He wants the team to get back to playing its own brand of basketball, and is using that timeout to refocus the group right now.
Alex, 4 turnovers already this half for Northeastern, only 3 the entire first half. Patrick, interesting Alex mentioned the energy, because you talked about it a couple of minutes ago. Sometimes going into halftime up double figures, or in this case up 24 points, it's hard to bring that same intensity back out of the locker room.
Yeah, and I think the enemy sometimes can be halftime, right? I mean, because the Huskies were rolling along, things were going so good, and then you have to take the break. It's good for one team. It's good for William and Mary because they get to refocus and kind of say, okay, it's a new half, clean slate for Northeastern. You have to kind of have that mentality because the other team's going to come out strong.
Murphy shoulders in through a double team. He's got it, plus the foul. Alex Murphy is a big, strong man.
6'8", 225 pounds, and look at the muscle on display here. Through the contact, up and over the shot blocker, throw it down and show off those biceps.
And again, that's where you see it. He really is a man. He's been in college for 6 years now. Some of the Northeastern freshmen were in 7th grade when Alex Murphy was a freshman at Duke. 16 points for Murphy to lead Northeastern, 58-39. Huskies by 19. Pruitt looking for Knight, tough catch, and he draws the foul. Gonna catch the toughest part of that play through a couple of limbs and deflections. Knight hauled it in.
That's why it's helpful to have that long wingspan at 7'2". That was a great defensive job by Green. He was in position, just had his back turned, didn't know where the ball was. It actually hit him, and Knight was the one that spotted it first.
A 7'2" wingspan. It's like Nathan Knight could tie his shoes without bending over. First free throw good. There's Bill Cohen. It's great to catch up with him before the game today. You can tell that he's happy with how this team has progressed, but he said still plenty of work to be done, and the key to the team progressing throughout CAA season is getting the young players with the high ceilings to start to really tickle their potential down the stretch of the season.
I completely agree. You need to lean on those younger players when you get into late January and February and into the CAA tournament.
Better ball movement, that possession for Northeastern, and Murphy draws the foul. This one goes on Oliver Tott, his first. 58-41, Northeastern by 17. 6 minutes, 46 seconds gone in the second half.
I like what Murphy's done here in the second half. We've seen Huskies not quite as sharp as they were in the first half, but what do you need to do? Continue being aggressive, and that's what he's done in these last few minutes.
And going to their most experienced player in a situation where the rest of the team was dragging a bit. He's been so efficient today, 6 of 8 from the floor and 3 of 3 from 3. TJ Williams, 12 points, 4 assists today. Begley, open 2, and he pinned it. Again, that's something he can't even do if you try.
No.
Devon Begley misses for only the 4th time today. He has 14 points. The arrow will keep it with Northeastern, so yeah, it kind of works like an offensive rebound.
I like the shot selection, though. He was open on the outside, took one dribble in. Usually that's a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, if you were playing horse and that was your shot, no one would ever be able to make it.
Just give me an H.
First miss today for Murphy. Offensive rebound, well done by Green. He's made a great impression in his first start in place of the injured Jeremy Miller. 9 points, 4 rebounds for Green. Begley into traffic, tried to bat it along, and look out, here comes Rowley, back for Pruitt. 15-point lead. William and Mary has halved its 30-point deficit. 7.5 minutes gone in the second half, 58-43 Northeastern. Bolden Brace traveled. And turnovers had been a huge issue for Northeastern in losses this season. Already 6 turnovers in 7.5 minutes this half.
And there's nothing that gets the other team in the game faster than turnovers, because in a lot of instances, we just saw one on a dunk, you get fast break transition. In this instance, it stops the clock and gives William and Mary a chance to set up their offense.
Brace comes out, Sean Osius re-enters. Osius has had a tremendous game, especially on defense today. Couple easy buckets for Pruitt to get him going, but here he turns it over. First turnover this half for William and Mary after 9 in the first half. 58-43 Northeastern, 8 minutes gone, half 2. Eight to shoot. Williams in the paint, contested. It goes. 14 today for TJ Williams, who has tripled his scoring output in his senior season.
And his consistency is what's been so impressive. He's one of only 5 players in Division I that scored 17 points at least in every single game. He's 3 away from that mark today.
Williams pushing off the miss.
All the way to the rack now. He is still 3 away, but Green finishes it off. You very rarely see TJ Williams miss a look like that. Green has matched his career high with 11. Northeastern up 19, 62-43, 4 in a row for the Huskies. Here's an open look in the corner. Didn't fall. And a foul on the rebound goes against a very frustrated Paul Rowley. Boy, that tells you how far William and Mary is willing to go down its bench today to try and figure things out. As William and Mary went to one of the walk-ons on that possession. It's Jamison Glover for 3. Timeout on the floor, 11:03 to go. Northeastern 62, William and Mary 43. I don't have a number 12 on my sheet. That's who just took that shot.
Well, Glover is...
I know it's not Glover, but I all of a sudden just kind of...
Oh, okay.
Is it... .11:03 to go. Northeastern 62, William and Mary 43 with Patrick McHugh. I'm Bill Spalding. Alex Vespoli is courtside. Huskies saw their 30-point lead shrink to 15, but they've rattled off 4 in a row to go back up 19 here, Patrick.
Yeah, the Huskies, it's important to keep your foot on the gas pedal here, as I mentioned before, and stifle that momentum from William and Mary before it starts. And you can see the Tribe extending their defense now, trying to force more turnovers.
Wide open, Alex Murphy passed up the 3, gets to the rack, no call. Green, a follow slam, a career high 13 for Anthony Green. Alex Murphy's slow to get up after Northeastern goes up 21. Now that's the last thing the Huskies need in a game where they have a big lead, especially with this helter-skelter schedule, 4 games in 8 days starting today.
You hate to see it at any time, but certainly in a game in which, you know, the team's performing so well, and it looks like you have your first CAA win under control. Let's take another look here. Again, I still like what Alex Murphy's doing here. Aggressive to the basket, a great thunderous put back by Green, but good to see Murphy back up on his feet. A little bit of a limp as he head back to the bench, but you want to keep him and everybody else healthy.
Doesn't look a whole lot worse for the wear. 64-43, Northeastern leads William and Mary, 10:37 to go in this second half. Huskies really balanced, 16 for Murphy, 14 each for TJ Williams and Devon Begley. You see the CAA standings, and of course always hard to judge based on non-conference schedules and who's played a strong schedule, who's played a weak schedule, but UNCW, picked as the favorite, has looked apart with that 11-2 start. Omar Pruitt all the way to the rack, 6 today for the talented Pruitt.
Yeah, sometimes those records can be deceiving, though, because as you said, you know, not every team plays the same schedule, and, you know, different coaches are looking for different things, you know, based on their team's needs. For Bill Cohen, you go on the road, you go to UConn, you go to Michigan State, you come out with wins in those games. He had a 6-game road trip. A lot of that is about bonding, learning how to play on the road, learning how to play in unfriendly environments. And Huskies so far passed the test, but not all records created equal in non-conference play.
TJ Williams called for the carry. That's the 10th turnover against Northeastern. Pruitt's wide open, spun into trouble and left it short. Williams grabs the rebound. Almost looked like Omar Pruitt didn't know how open he was when he caught it. He spun the wrong way into Maxime Borsico. Inside the final 10 minutes, another turnover. Passes a bit low for Green. Northeastern's turned it over 11 times, 8 times this half. Malinowski couldn't capitalize. Three-pointer didn't fall.
You have to keep shooting.
Just 3 of 18, though, from 3 right now.
Yeah, you have to keep shooting, especially with this deficit. You can't be afraid to shoot the basketball, but, man, it's been a tough day for Malinowski.
William and Mary came in second in the CAA and made threes. Williams doesn't hit from downtown. Today, they're just 3 of 18, and Malinowski's 0 for 4. Cohn driving dish. Malinowski passes up the 3 this time and draws contact. Fell against Sean Osius. It's the first on Osius, the 4th on Northeastern.
You know, if you're Malinowski, just look to your teammate. Earlier this year, Daniel Dixon had a game where he was 0 for 7 from long range. A couple weeks later, he scores 36 and sets a new building record on the road. So things can turn around.
Yeah, just like anybody else, a shooter's going to have a cold game from time to time. Northeastern by 19. Huskies led by 24 at halftime, led by 30 late in the first half. CAA opener for both sides. Northeastern plays Drexel on Monday. That pass had way too much mustard on it. Turnover number 11 for William and Mary. Tribe will be at Hofstra on Monday. Tough pass is intercepted, and look at Cohn ahead of the pack. An easy 2. 4 points for David Cohn. 9 turnovers this half for Northeastern. This will give plenty for Bill Cohen to stew on between now and Monday.
Always coaching points, no matter how well you play or how poor you play. Certainly when you score 50 in the first half and you only have 14 through almost 12 minutes in the second half, just not there in the second half. And
Cohen almost forced another turnover, got his hand on the pass. Ball stays with the Huskies. Now Northeastern will play Drexel on Monday, then Delaware Thursday, James Madison on the following Saturday. Schedule is somewhat favorable for the Huskies the early part of this season. 3 home games in their opening 4 in conference play as well. Deep 3-ball Williams, it's an air ball. Offensive rebound, Osius couldn't stick it through. Shot clock violation. So that'll be another turnover, the 13th, the 10th this half for Northeastern. Still the Husky defense doing enough to give them the separation, up 17.
Yeah, 17-point lead, and if you're Tony Shaver on the opposite bench, you're saying, hey, keep chipping away, guys, chipping away. Give yourselves a chance in the final 5 minutes and change.
Whitman draws contact, plus the bucket. 14 points for Jack Whitman. That's the 4th foul on Max Borsico. William and Mary's back within 15. They could draw as close as they've been this half with Whitman at the line when we return.
Hofstra Pride are the champions of CAA.
Delaware, once again.
I can't even describe this feeling. We worked so hard for this.
UNC Wellington.
And the Duke.
3 in a row.
I'm really just speechless. It's an incredible feeling.
We sat down at the beginning of this year and said what we wanted to do, and this was it.
We've been preparing for this moment. Our hard work finally paying off. I'm so happy to be part of this team.
(64-49), Northeastern leads William and Mary, 7:55 to go. Huskies
Here in the heart of Boston, William & Mary, one of the oldest institutions in the country, located in beautiful Williamsburg, Virginia. And for more, here's Alex Vespoli.
Well, Bill, as you said, it's pretty well established that William & Mary is the second oldest institute of higher learning after Harvard in the United States. But a little bit more murkiness and controversy as to what's actually the oldest university in the USA. Harvard has documents saying that it's a university going back to 1779. The University of Pennsylvania calls itself America's first university, and Johns Hopkins says it's America's first research university. William & Mary has a claim saying it's the first college to become a university. I don't know about you guys, but it all seems quite academic to me.
All right, thank you, Alex. William & Mary, a great history. They've produced 3 presidents, including Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe, and John Tyler, also Supreme Court Justice John Marshall, and the great compromiser, one of my all-time favorite members of Congress, Henry Clay. 64-50, Northeastern by 14. Again, the Huskies led by 30 late in the first half. William & Mary has chipped away the entirety of this second half. Devon Begley in the paint. With 7 to shoot, here's TJ Williams all the way to the 10. Oh, look out. Jack Whitman with authority. Just 3 to shoot for Northeastern.
Yeah, Whitman has, 15 points. Career high is 16. He's played Northeastern 4 times in his career, and most of his contributions have come in that form. He has 6 blocks coming into today's game against Huskies.
Throwing it up for Green, a bit too tall. And it's a shot clock violation on Northeastern. So possession back to William & Mary. The play was there with a good pass, but Osius threw it a little bit out of the reach of 6'10" Anthony Green.
And I think the timing was just a little bit off as well, because Green had already left his feet expecting the pass to already be there. It was a little bit behind him. He couldn't adjust in time.
64-50 Northeastern. Still some meat on this bone, looking to put William & Mary to bed. 6 points today for Omar Pruitt. Into the corner, Daniel Dixon. Too strong. Boy, those threes just aren't falling for William & Mary. 3 of 19 from distance.
And the Huskies, have to keep that in mind, because as poorly as William & Mary has shot it, it can turn around fast.
Williams penetrates. Huskies move it quickly again. In the first half, the ball movement from Northeastern was tremendous. They've gone scoreless for the last 3:30 here, though. 6 to shoot. Osius steps into a 3. Not close. 14-point lead for Northeastern. Dixon scored 36 last game. He has scored 13 today. William & Mary within 12 points.
See a difference in the urgency in the offenses right now. William & Mary, they know they need points quickly. They're attacking. Huskies' last 5 possessions have been late in the shot clock, 10 seconds or less.
Northeastern outscored William & Mary by 24 in the first half. William & Mary has outscored Northeastern by 12 this half, including a 9-0 brisk jog that has lasted 4 minutes. Can't quite call that a run, but 9 straight for William & Mary, and they've used their defense to make life more difficult for Northeastern. Murphy in the paint, leading Northeastern scorer, and that's a big bucket. 18 for Alex Murphy. So often this season, he's been the one to come through with the important bucket at a crucial juncture in a game.
I think it's just knowledge, understanding what your team needs, and then going and doing it. You see a lot of that from TJ Williams. No surprise, he's a senior too.
Connor Birchfield for 3, off the mark. Green is out of bounds, going for the rebound. So possession back to William & Mary. That's Birchfield's second miss on 2 tries from 3. Talking about a guy who shot 56% from 3 last year and entered today at 50% from 3.
Yeah, he actually led the country for players that qualify in that category.
Osius jumps the passing lane. Long pass forward, Murphy. Was he able to save it? No. Officials rule his foot was on the sideline as he threw it off cone.
Take a look at the replay as Osius got in the passing lane, bounce pass ahead. Great effort from Murphy, and boy, it looked like that toe was still in bounds when he threw it back off the body.
It's college football playoff day. He had the 1 foot in right there.
Yeah, I thought so.
Osius intercepts it.
Turnover number 13 for William and Mary, but the hustle from Cone. And the officials will come together here. David Cone pressured after the turnover. Referees Bill McCarty and Tim Kelly discuss, and ball will go to Northeastern.
Tony Shaver is more than animated if there's a level beyond that.
Yep.
Got to be very careful. His team's played so well in the second half. You can see him kind of controlling himself as he talks to the officials. He knows he can't pick up a technical in this situation, though he probably wants to.
Yeah, already down 14, can't afford to pick up any more bonus points for the Huskies, but he earns the technical foul anyway. Technical on Tony Shaver, a couple of free throws for Northeastern.
And there's the replay, and Osius did not see Cone coming in from the backside and tipping that ball away, and I think that's a frustration technical from Tony Shaver because Cone makes a great effort.
I think Cone and Shaver wanted a foul call, but when you watch the replay there, the contact was not overwhelming. Let's watch it from this angle.
Yeah, you're down 14 points. Your team's come all the way back after being down by 31. You have a glimmer of hope, and you're looking for anything to go your way.
Devon Begley to shoot the technical free throws. And he makes the first. 15 points for Begley. Again, that is a way that you could kill the run if you're William and Mary. A couple of bonus points for Northeastern, plus the basketball. Begley makes one of two. Huskies by 15 with possession and about 5 minutes to go.
Surprising that Shaver couldn't keep quiet long enough to not get that technical. There are some instances, you never want to pick up a technical, but it maybe in some instances it hurts your team less, and maybe earlier in the game, I don't know, but down 14 points and you've gotten all that momentum coming your way. You want to prove your point. You want to get in the officials' ears, and the last thing you want is that technical.
And there's sometimes where coaches, in fact, try to pick up a technical as a spark for their team, but William and Mary seems to have the spark in the second half. That would have made more sense maybe when they were down 30 in the first half. Begley for three. It's good. 18 more points for Devon Begley, matching his career high, which came against Kent State earlier this season.
And there's a 4-0 quick run there off of that technical.
And just like that, it's an 18-point lead for Northeastern. Less than 5 minutes to play. Pruitt, good spin. You wonder why he was so cold early. 8 points in the second half with some really shifty moves like that. Murphy steps out for three and knocks it down. 21 for Murphy. He's 4 of 5 from three.
He's only 3 away from his career high. He had 24 points at Cornell back on the 30th of November.
And a huge game at Michigan State 2 games ago for Northeastern in that upset win as well. Bucket wouldn't fall on the outside for Pruitt. And a reach-in foul on Dixon. Even with the better offense inside for William and Mary this half, the three-point shot hasn't followed. Now 3 of 21 from 3. That's just 14%. 7th foul on William and Mary, so a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Sean Osius. Osius 1 for 2 from the stripe today, 9 of 15 this season. Here comes Nathan Knight to take Jack Whitman's spot. Osius missed the front end. Knight nearly lost it out of bounds. Next whistle will bring us to our final timeout on the floor. Northeastern in good shape to go to 1-0 in conference play and win a 4th consecutive game. Dixon, step back 3. Now 3 for 22 from downtown. TJ Williams driving dish. Begley, how about an exclamation point? Timeout, William and Mary. 21 for Begley, a new career high. Northeastern leads by 22, 3:31 to go. Huskies closing out strong.
I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
.331 to go, second half. Northeastern 76, William and Mary 54. Since that technical foul assessed to Tony Shaver, Northeastern's on a 10-2 run to open up a big gap again.
And just what you want to see, and I love the unselfishness from TJ Williams. Look at him distribute the basketball to Begley a couple of possessions ago, splashes a triple. Huskies push the ball in the corner. Man, what a game for Alex Murphy. Just what his team needs. It seems to be what he does. And I thought that last sequence here, Williams, at that point, he could have gone all the way to the basket and probably scored, but he knew that Begley had the hot hand, reversed the basketball, and, you know, Williams has a streak going, as I mentioned before. You know, only one of 5 players in the country to score 17 points in every single game. He's at 14 right now, could have got closer, but doing what's best for the team, finding the sharpshooter and really putting this game out of reach.
And he hasn't forced it. He's only taken 11 shots today, and he has 5 assists. Begley and Murphy lead Northeastern with 21 points apiece. Dixon muscles through Murphy. 15 for Daniel Dixon today. Even without the outside shot falling, you can see how he was able to fill it up so easily last time out. 20-point Northeastern lead. This is a win that should serve some notice to the rest of the league. Huskies picked 7th. William and Mary was picked 3rd in the preseason CAA poll.
Any given night in the CAA.
Murphy again. Oh yeah. Alex Murphy has made 5 3-pointers tonight on just 6 attempts, matching his career high with 24.
I wonder if the Huskies can bottle some of this up and take it with them on the road on Monday.
Well, it's an important last few minutes for Northeastern after struggling a bit this second half. Foul on Anthony Green. Nice to get the positive feelings back like they had in the first half with this strong offensive finish for Begley and Murphy. Murphy and Begley check out here. This is likely it for them. 24 for Murphy, 21 for Begley.
There's 2 of the many stars today for Northeastern in a well-deserved win, and good for the Huskies on 3 games at home in the calendar year 2016. They're going to finish 3-0.
Omar Pruitt, great feed, and Knight missed the layup. Pruitt on the follow, draws the foul. Another one on Anthony Green. Be the 4th foul on Green. Free throws for Omar Pruitt. And William and Mary will have to lick its wounds and recover quickly. They go to Hofstra Monday. Now the advantage for the Tribe during the winter break means they don't have to head back to Williamsburg. They can just knock off the northern trip in the CAA, their first weekend of CAA play, and then they can stick down south the rest of the way.
Yeah, certainly the schedule makers did themselves a favor with that one. Don't have to make that second trip back up into the New England metro area.
Borsico out of bounds on that rebound, so possession sticks with William and Mary. For Northeastern, it's down to Philadelphia to take on Drexel Monday, and then back here Thursday against Delaware, a 7 p.m. start. Dixon at the 10, fouled. This one goes on Bolden Brace. 15 today for Daniel Dixon. Family that is familiar with the New England area, even though he grew up in Virginia. His dad, David, ran track at BU. His mom, Terry, used to be a Patriots cheerleader. And, you know, Daniel might not even be the most successful of his brothers, though I'm sure he would like to argue that. His brother, Darren, is a William & Mary grad. He's on the Goldman Sachs 30 for 30, or 30 under 30 list. He works at Goldman Sachs. Forbes put him on that ranking as one of the top finance professionals under the age of 30 years old.
Quite a successful family are the
Yeah.
Dixons.
Foul on Dixon here will send TJ Williams to the line, and this gives TJ a chance to creep closer to that 17-point mark. Already a milestone day for TJ Williams. Over 1,000 points in his Northeastern career with his bucket earlier on in the first half. Williams knocks in the front end. 15 points today for TJ Williams. 6 free throw attempts. This will be his 7th. That's actually below his season average. Testament to the training staff at Northeastern as well, that Williams has been able to take as many shots as he has this season, as many bumps and bruises going to the rim, and stay healthy, playing 37 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's got 16 right now, and it looks like his scoring average is going to go down.
Dixon missed the 3. Good rebound for Green. And unless he comes out in the last 2 minutes, Williams will play the entire 40 minutes today as well. Dixon right up in his kitchen. Williams is fouled again. So here is that chance for TJ Williams to extend this streak of at least 17 points in every single game this season. Now for Northeastern, even the 10-day break didn't slow him down. Ever since that loss to Harvard, where it was really a bad first half because Northeastern played much better, trimming a 20-point deficit to a 6-point final against Harvard, they've been really strong. That win against Vermont, then Michigan State, Oakland, and now to be the first game decided by more than 10 points for Northeastern this season. Either way, all their losses close, all their wins by 10 points or less as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate the bigger wins. They haven't had big wins, really. I mean, they've won 7 games, a 7-5 mark to this point, but even their losses, no loss more than 6 points. So if you're looking for competitive basketball, you'll find it with this Huskies team with the exception of today, but I'm sure Bill Cohen doesn't mind this.
David Cohn hits just the 4th 3 today for William and Mary. In fact, those 5 Northeastern losses are by a combined 17 points. Jimmy Marshall get a chance to add to his day. He scored a couple of points already. Foul on Omar Pruitt. Now Northeastern will end the day shooting better than 50%, 56% right now from the floor. William and Mary, who shot only 36% in the first half, did get the field goal percentage up to 40%, but only 17% from 3, 4 of 24. And I think this game also shows, we've seen the last couple of years, and I know, Patrick, you and I talked about it last year, the evolution of the style of basketball in the CAA. You know, 3-4 years ago, you often saw games played in the 50s, really physical, and games decided by 2-3 points, maybe 1 play late. Really with the infusion of some teams playing high-tempo basketball, think UNCW, for example, the whole league has kind of come along, and now games are being played in the 70s and 80s pretty consistently.
Yeah, you see it all across basketball, but I think the CAA is a great example of that because you're right, the entire profile of the league, I think a lot of people used to call them rock fights.
Yep.
A lot of these tough games, low-scoring, defensive battles, just kind of slug it out, and teams would be weary because every night was a battle. It's still a battle, but it's a very different style of basketball. You see these games where you're scoring a lot more points, and basketball is all about evolution. If you don't evolve, if you don't change with the times, if you're not ready for the change, you're going to be left in the dust.
Yeah, Northeastern came into today averaging 73 points a game, and that was only 7th out of 10 teams in the CAA. Great hands from Marshall all the way to the rack. Jimmy Marshall puts Northeastern up 22. Another veteran presence on this Husky team. Now all-around performance for Northeastern. Strong on the offensive end and really tough defensively against one of the league's top offenses. Dixon, fadeaway, it's good. 18 more for Daniel Dixon, who will be a big key all season long for William and Mary in conference play. Of course, these teams will play again later on this season in Williamsburg. It'll come on February 2nd. For now, though, Northeastern goes to 1-0 in conference play, and William and Mary falls to 0-1. 86-64, your final score. Huskies built that 30-point cushion in the first half and were able to cruise from there.
Yeah, nothing says, welcome to the CAA like a great start like the Huskies had. Built that big lead and slowed down a little bit, but when you have a big lead like that, it's almost impossible not to come away with the victory. A good close and beginning, Bill. It's a close of 2016. It's a close to the end of the calendar year, but you're also starting the CAA play. Nothing better than going to 8-5, but most importantly, 1-0 in the league mark.
Yeah, the schedule makers made it easy for us to kind of tell that story. Close one book, open another today, and Northeastern opens with a lopsided victory over William & Mary. Alex Murphy had 24 points to lead the way. Devon Begley with 21, 16 for TJ Williams. And don't forget a career-high 13 points in his first career start for Anthony Green.
Yeah, very impressive Anthony Green stepping into the starting role, and I loved his aggressiveness all night, along with Alex Murphy.
Northeastern off a 10-day break, able to carry the momentum even without Jeremy Miller, and with Donnell Gresham Jr. still nursing that injury. So if the Huskies can get even healthier, sky's the limit, it seems like, for this group. Northeastern to 8-5, led by Alex Murphy, the sixth-year senior, first year with the Huskies. He's down courtside with Alex Vespoli.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Here with Alex Murphy. And Alex, that first half, you guys shot 63%. You, Chief, among others, were really hitting every shot almost you took. What was the key to building that huge lead?
I think it started on the defensive end. I think we did a really good job down there. I think we did a great job in preparation all week, scouting their offense. It's a very hard offense to guard, so give credit to our coaches and the guys on our staff for preparing us the way they did. And I think defense really led the offense in the first half.
You personally, 24 points, a career high, second time you've done it this season. What was key for you to get going after a tough one in Oakland?
I think my teammates did a great job of getting me involved. They just found me in spots that were, easy for me to score, and just playing with confidence. That's all it was. It's nice to be back here at Matthews Arena, and it was a good day for us.
You've got a busy stretch coming up with a lot of league games in a short period of time. How do you bottle up this momentum and carry that into the next three?
Today was great, but we got to keep getting better. We know it's a long road, it's a long journey ahead, and our goal is just to get a little bit better each day. So that's what we're going to try to do.
Alex, congrats on the game. Enjoy the New Year's celebration.
Thank you.
That's Alex Murphy. We'll send things back up to you, Bill.
All right, one Alex to another. Thank you very much, Alex Vespoli. Northeastern 84-64 winners over William & Mary. Huskies close out 2016 and open up the CAA with that big win. Northeastern moves to 8-5, 1-0 in conference play. William & Mary falls to 6-6, 0-1 in conference play. For the entire Go NU Extreme crew, Alex Vespoli, my partner Patrick McHugh, Bill Spalding saying so long from Matthews Arena. Happy New Year, everybody.